Well, hey, McFly subscribers. So I've got another box in finally. And they're silicone backed. Really nice boxes. Okay? So the difference between silicone and like a foam insert is that silicone is self-healing. It's not going to fall apart. Foam, if you nick it with the hook, it's not. It's going to leave like a little mark. This won't. This will stay good for much longer. It would be really difficult to kind of ruin these. They're high quality boxes. They are waterproof. They've got a nice snappy lid to them. Really nice insert here that basically to keep it waterproof. They got my fancy logo on the front, and they're just really nice. Okay. Obviously, I still have the other ones. Okay, these are magnetic back. They're great for, small dry flies, small nymphs, midges, stuff like that. I really like them because they are magnetic, so they won't fall out. If you turn it upside down, they won't fall out. Everything will be fine, but it allows you to just throw them in there instead of having to place them in individual spots, which is nice for small midges. A lot of times you just tie a bunch of midges, you throw them in. I really like these types of boxes for fishing. Where I used to fish was the San Juan, but any western tailwater where you've got small little flies, this is just nice because it allows you to fish them without worry of them blowing out. They'll stay in there. They're so small, even wind could pick them up. Even small dry flies and stuff like that helps keep them in there. The other thing is it's got rounded sides, so you can just grab one and pull out. Both of these are the same size, okay? They just have different inserts, all right? 5.39 this way, 3.74 this way, so basically 3 1/4. And then the thickness is 0.63. And I'll put all the stats below in the description section, okay? They're really thin, so obviously you don't want any really big flies, but they do hold some good sized nymphs on this one. This will hold some decent sized dry flies, okay? And then I have another option for you for some bigger dry flies, but I really like it because they're thin and they fit right in almost any pocket. They fit in any fly pack, so if you have a chest pack, a lot of times they're real small. This will fit right in there. In fact, you can fit a couple on most, so it allows you to kind of, if you have one box with dry flies, one box with nymphs and stuff like that, right? You can kind of organize them. And then I've got this. It's all foam. It's Eva foam, okay? It's got magnetic clasp. Now, these two are waterproof, okay? This is not waterproof, okay? But it is kind of handy because it's magnetic. There are these little clasps here that are magnetic clasps, and it just, see, goes together. So this is all foam. Everything is foam in it. It's the same kind of similar foam that you see where it's little slots, okay? And what I like about this is it's got a raised, a recessed section here. So it's really good for dry flies, especially catskill style, where, the hackle, you don't want the hackle to be kind of matted down. It gives you a little recess there so it won't mat down the hackle. Plus these are a little deeper, as you can see, much deeper. So it allows you to put larger flies. In fact, I put up to about 1 or 2 aught streamers and stuff like that in there, and it fits. So these are 5.9 inch by 3.425 inch, so 3.3 inch by 1.18 inch. Okay, so it gives you it's a little over an inch depth, so it gives you a little more room. And if you're not using them for streamers, you can definitely put both sides, okay? So it gives you enough to hold quite a few flies. By the way, the prices on these two are the same. They're $13.99 for the silicone and all foam. They're $13.99, okay? This one costs me a little less, so I'm gonna charge you a little less. It's $11.99 for these, the magnetic backed. Another thing on price is I sell flies. So if you want to buy some flies, if you buy over 50 flies, I'll give you a discount on these. I'll knock off $2 on any of the boxes, $2 if you buy $50 worth of flies. If you buy over $150 worth of flies, the box comes free. So you can pick a box, okay? So if you buy $150 worth of flies, you get a free box. Cost will depend on the fly, how how many flies you want, that type of thing. As you can see, I've got a mix of flies here. You know, you can put dry flies in there, eggs, even some smaller streamers like this, but midges, as you can see, and they stay pretty good. There's a little movement with some bigger flies like this because it's got to be a magnet, so the hook has to be touching. The whole hook is not going to be touching with stuff like this because it's got you know, fluff around it. But obviously the streamers fell out. But I shook it pretty good there, and these are all that fell out. Everything else stayed. So obviously it's not perfect, but they are very strong magnets. So I mean, all these stayed put. You can see they stay right where they're supposed to be. So it is really good quality magnets. They're just I really like these boxes. Here I just kind of put a little mix of different flies, but small little streamers, some larger nymphs like this, even some smaller nymphs, as you can see. But it holds it really well. And if you pull out one, here, I'm going to pull one out and put like a, see how I'm sticking it into the side there? And I pull it out and you're just not going to see it. It completely goes away. See if I can get that to focus. So it's really nice, and then you just slide it right back in. It's got a nice little opening, and it's got a V here, a really nice cut into the V, so it really holds them really nice and tight. And obviously those will not come out. But yeah, this is the box I use when I'm nymphing. I like it, and being a smaller size like this, again, it fits anywhere. So obviously there's not a ton of room in them, but you can see that even these larger nymphs, I mean, this is, I think, like a size 8. And that fits just fine. You can go even a little bigger. There's plenty of room. The other box, yeah, I got a mix of different dry flies, some foam stuff. Let's see if we can get you focused here. There you go. You can see how that's recessed and that sits down, so it's not going to smash your hackle. So it's really good for these types of dries. Okay, even small streamers. See, it barely sticks up over there, and you've got a lot of room when you close it, but it fits even much larger streamers. Let me grab one. All right, so here is a big popper. This one I've fished with quite a bit. It is beat up, but not too bad. I've caught quite a few fish on this. I do sell poppers, and it's still holding its own. It's doing really well. So there's a big hook. As you can see, this is like a size, I think, 1 or 2/0. There we go. It'll fit right in there, and it clasps. Okay, it does not crush it at all, and that's a pretty big popper. Okay, it does leave it open like that, obviously, because it is a much wider, bigger hook, but it will stay. That's the thing, is that will stay where you want it. Okay, it's not going to come out. Granted, this isn't a huge box, so it's not going to hold a ton of these big flies. Here's a really big articulated fly. So you could hook there and hook there, and it kind of keeps it nice and good. And there's a little bit of push there, but not much, and it definitely will hold it, even though this is a much bigger fly. Granted, I've got some other flies in there, so it's probably pushing against those, but so this could work for even much larger flies. Of course, I'm going much larger. These are huge. Obviously, this isn't really a pike or large saltwater fly box, but you know, if you've got a few smaller saltwater flies, even, you know, if you just want a couple of them in there, this will work for you really well. So it can hold quite a wide range of flies. This one I really like. I would say it's probably not the best for really tiny midges because it's really hard to get in the slots. Same thing even with these. Any of the slotted ones I find are difficult with the midges, and that's why I've got a range here of different boxes. So this should be able to facilitate all your needs. So guys, if you want to make a purchase of any of these boxes or even my flies, best way is gonna be either Facebook or Instagram. Probably Instagram is the best. I am on there a lot more regularly than Facebook. All I need is your email, okay? So I don't really want you guys putting it here. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow for a private message type thing, but I don't necessarily want you guys to put in the comment section, because I don't want you guys to get spammed if there's bots out there looking for emails that they can just, you know, pull and put on a list. And I don't want you guys to have that, okay? It doesn't need for the world to see your email. But private tends to be pretty safe, right? So all I need is an email. I can basically write up an invoice. I've got all the prices of my flies are exactly the same to everyone. I've got them all written down on my computer of all the different prices. I can custom tie, so if there's a brand new fly that I've never tied before, I do that all the time. I'm happy to do that. Okay, and I of course send you pictures. You don't pay until you see the pictures and you approve it. You can let me know here and we'll figure out a way. If you don't have either Instagram or Facebook, we'll figure out a way to exchange emails and be able to get this set up. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.